When I was 5, I cracked my ankle open like an egg being prepared for breakfast. Ever since then, my ankles haven't had the strength of the eggshells left behind. But this is how I'm gonna get bulletproof ankles. So come follow me. Introduce the most important steps in my summer training, which is injury prevention. These are the exercises I've been doing for the past 4 months at OSU. And other than stretch factor, I've been feeling as great as possible. Honestly, my ankles, they no longer feel like they're about to fall off. But the first step is exercise to the warm up. I don't know the correct terminology, but just use a band. I use a bicep cut in half just to save some money. Front, left, and right 3 times, 3 by 10. All right, next step of the warm is kind of finish lubricating in my way, the ankle. 3 by 10, counterclockwise and clockwise. Kind of get that motion ready. For the first workout, I use a little wooden plank. Do some calf raises and some hamstring workouts to kind of work out the ankles, calf raises, and hamstring, of course. This is 6 inches above the ground. This will be the main mechanism I'm using. Just a full length calf raise extension, 3 by 12. I use 12-pound weights. I recommend slowly building up the weight and slowly building up the amount of calf raises so you could reduce the strain on the ankle. This may seem like it's mainly working out the quads, but it's not. It's mainly focusing the primary muscle target here, the hamstring. That's the end of the first 2 workouts. Now it's for mainly focus on the groin. The blue ball, purple. Along with just working out the groin and the glutes, this also just works out with bands as well. I used to do this with a Bosu ball back at OSU, but Bosu ball costs like a bunch of money, like 120. 1 set of 10 on each angle of lunge. Other than my ankle, my lower ab and upper legs are the weakest part of my body, which this mainly targets and helps out my balance disorder, which has greatly increased. That's basically it. Just get one more, just balance. This is the funner one. What I like doing from now on, kind of like get some shooting in while I'm balancing. This is something I like to do, like kind of make it a little more interesting with the balance work. It's pretty easy. Some foam work in for the free throws. Am I gonna hit you, Martin? I have a chair in here just in case I goddamn fall. Money. Oh shit. Let's see my left ankle stronger. Oh shit! Wait, let me make one. Let me make one. Damn it! Oh shit! In my opinion, the most important part about recovery and recovery runs was good. That is a little bit controversial, depending on the person you ask, because some trainings are revolved just like around, like kind of like Pavel, which everything's hard, which works for a certain type of people, but people like me, which just can't catch a break injury-wise, recovery ones are key. No matter how much sleep, no matter how much contrast baths you do, it's key. Which I'll talk about that later, but I want to nail down this point, because recovery ones, it can catch up to you. That's how I got my grade 3 stress reaction back at OSU. OSU. You're just doing too much, you know? You're running, I was running 650 pace workouts I wasn't even able to do back in high school. And just, doing too much in mileage too. I went from being a 35-mile guy per week in high school to 65, 70, just doing too much. And with the 650-mile pace, with the hard workouts, my body just gave out on me. So that's why. Recovery runs, easy recovery runs, the most important. By recovery run, depends on person to person. If you start running, it's 8:39 minute pace recovery runs between your workouts. If you got like me, it's 7:30, 7:45, in my opinion. Also, some days you feel, of course, you feel good. Some days you're not going to be doing that many hard workouts, and you're just gonna, you're gonna naturally run faster. And of course, guys in the higher level, 650, 650 and faster is literally the recovery runs because they've been doing it for like 5, 6, 7 years. I also want to talk about how the process was recovering from the grade 3 stress reaction. So that's one level off of stress fracture. I got on my lower tibia back in March. It was 3 weeks off, just nothing. Just doing, actually 4 weeks off on a boot, just doing nothing. I couldn't even ride a bike. I couldn't even do elliptical. I couldn't even do stairmaster. Nothing at all. No pressure on my ankle at all. Just to give it as much rest as possible. The only thing I could do was swimming. I'm a horrible swimmer. I can't. My back was killing me. I can't swim. Physical therapy was really just aiming at the calf. That's what I was doing in the beginning, just pure calf workouts, the ankle mobility. Because, as I said before, my ankles have been messed up since I was little, so that was really something I need to do. Yeah, that was 4 weeks doing nothing. And you don't, after that, you don't just go straight to running your previous mileage. I was running 0 gram miles and then 50 miles on the boost, which is like a anti-gravity treadmill. And after that, it's 10 miles and 15 and 20, so on. Like literally 3 to 5 miles per week. Right now I'm at 35, something like 4 miles. I gotta switch. That's right now. Now, what was I? Oh, yeah, grade 3 stress reaction. So, yeah, slowly building a mileage. When I'm, of course, at 35. And for those who don't have access to a boost treadmill, which a lot of people, it's expensive as hell, just do elliptical. For those, that first week, you're supposed to be running back. Do elliptical, 4 hours of the week. However, whatever amount it takes you to run 10 miles, that's how long you do elliptical for. But yeah, next up, the list of recovery. As I said before, I do contrast baths since I can't really afford full contract baths like my whole body like I did at OZU. I just do everything below the knee. That's mainly what most of my issues are. Of course, every single once in a while I do a full body ice bath, full body hot bath. But if I waste that much money on water, I'm in the Mexican household. I'm gonna get my ass beat. Nah, I'm not gonna get my ass beat. Nah, my parents gonna get mad as hell. So I can't really do that. And the ice is expensive. Inflation's crazy. And sleep, of course. I can do a whole video about sleep routine. But right now, I kind of got a good one. I kind of got a good one. Just reading a lot. Right now, I'm reading a lot of Haruki Murakami, which is a little crazy, but I like it. Also, I'm not like LeBron. I actually do be reading books. I'm not always in the first page. Try to get 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep. I'm a guy throughout high school didn't sleep at all, which added to my injury issues. And recently, just being able to get that extra amount of sleep instead of getting, insomnia and sleep like what, 30 minutes a day. It's been very beneficial. I've been talking a lot, haven't I? Also, another thing I did at OSU for recovery is needling and cupping. Needling I can't do back home because you actually need a specialist to do that, or you're gonna get fucked up. And some, I think it's Final Destination 3, where that dude died while he was in a Chinese place getting needled. I am terrified of Final Destination. I do not want that to happen to me. Um, but yeah, cupping is a lot safer option. I bought a Chinese medicine kit for Amazon. I use it twice a week, 3 times a week. I remember where to put on my shins and quads. I don't really know how to use it everywhere else. And it's harder to use it on hamstrings and quads when you're doing applying by yourself. So having all the shit do it for you, it's a lot better. Forgot my book. Before my dear ass motherfucker. Yeah, that's basically it for what I do for recovery. I think I, you know, did everything. I don't got a job, by the way, and just I appreciate if y'all like interact with the video or something. Duncan, come over here. Duncan.